Raider Nation, man, what is the deal? What is going on and what is happening with the Raider family, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. And today we're going to be touching on a number of topics, man. We got some breaking news. Maxx Crosby has signed the extension. Been knew it was going to happen, but we're going to break it down, touch on that. Also, the Raiders got free agency started a little bit early, right, today with a signing, and we're gonna break that down too. Real divisive signing as well, man, that we got to talk about for the nations. But without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get this intro cracking, and let's get the show started. What is the deal, man? What is going on? What is happening with my Raider people, man? Like I said, you are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. Make sure you guys are tapping on the like button and tapping on that subscribe button if you're feeling what you're hearing, man. Let's keep growing this Raider Rundown family that we got here, man. We got a whole bunch of mixing and mashing and all type of smart football people up on this channel, man, in the comments, coming on here on the panel. So however it goes, man, make sure you guys are sharing out the channel so we can bring some more people on and grow this familiar. But without further ado, man, before we go ahead and get started into all of the topics that we got to touch on this evening, let's go ahead and let's get started with the first very important of the show, which is gotta go ahead and give a shout out, give a roll call, man, to all my peoples that is in the chat, everybody that's gonna tap in today as far as the conversation goes, man, and everything in between. So without further ado, man, let's get it started with first and foremost our guy Ja Raider in the building, man. What's going on with the big dog, man? Glad you're here. Appreciate you for being here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Okay, we good. We good. I was getting called. All right. But yeah, man, appreciate you for being here, man. Shout out to Ja. He says Raiders working on a trade for DK. Let's see, man. Go, Matt. Go ahead. Let's make it happen. And we're going to talk a little bit too, man. We got some tea leaves that we read in the tab, right? So we got to go ahead and touch on that. But that is something that we got to keep our eyes heavily on for sure, man. Our guy Raiders Resistance in the building. Always give a shout out, give a follow to our guy Prez that is in the building, man. And always, when we're looking at these graphics, they are courtesy of our guy Prez, man. So shout out. Tony, man, what's going on? Salute. Big day for Maxx 98 and the nation. 100%, bro. I'm happy as hell for that, man. But as you know, we was on this thing saying it ain't nothing to trip on, man. Ain't nothing to trip over. We knew that was gonna happen. That was the most important move. So it must be done. Our guy David Chavez in the building, man. First time I'm seeing you, so appreciate you for pulling up, big dog. Thank you, as always, man. Give us a little like on the way out of this mug as well, man. But hopefully you're staying as well, man. Appreciate you for being here. Aladdin Saddam, man. Appreciate you for being here as well, man. First time I'm seeing you as well. Appreciate you, big dog. Hopefully you staying as well. Our guy Isaiah Hilton. What's going on, man? Pigs. What's the deal? Silver Smoke in the building. Panda. What's the deal, man? I got all my people up in here, man. Eric Raiders, man. Saw you on Chris and them show. Salute to my guy, man. And salute to Gun Smoke as well, man. We got a lot of our people in the chat. Make sure you guys continue to tap in with the conversation. Of course, my guy DJ, can't forget a show without my guy DJ, man, of course. And Loso in the building. Make sure you guys tap in with the conversation, man. We're going to be touching on a number of topics today, as you already know how we do here. We get down and funky with this show, man. So always love hearing from the nation when we sound off on certain things. All right. First and foremost, let's talk about the big news, right? I mean, we might as well just get it in because I think this is happy news. And whenever the Raiders do have happy news to share, I think we got to go ahead and talk about that. But boom, our guy Maxx Crosby has been extended, right? He has been for a 3-year deal, I believe. What I saw, it extends him all the way till 2029. He is with the squad, right? He's with the squad until 2029 from something I did read. But he is made the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, right? Well deserved, in my opinion. 100% well deserved. I saw some clown show with fucking Colin Cowherd talking about how this man is not even one of the best at his position. Foolishness. Clown show shit. Whenever somebody says something like that, you know they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? Like, I've always said it. I'm unapologetic about it, bro. He's top 3, in my opinion. Top 3, bro. And at the very worst, the 3rd best D-end in the league. The 3rd best at the very minimum. So I don't know where no disrespect should come from. This man deserves this money, and rightfully so. And kudos to the coaching staff as well and to the front office, man. You knew, right? They're new. So to ingratiate themselves, bro, what better way to do that than to extend the best player on the team, best leader on the team, and everybody's favorite, right? I seen some people talking about, oh, I was hoping we traded Maxx Crosby. Dumb shit. Don't even listen to that either. That's some of the foolish, some of the dumbest shit I've heard, right? When we're talking about, oh, man, let's trade Maxx Crosby. I was hoping we traded him or whatever the case. Like, come on, man. Don't make no damn sense about none of that, right? I'm happy this man got extended. This basically signals, I don't want to say basically, but it's a very, very, very good chance that he finishes his career wearing the colors, right? So that's all that matters, bro. Exemplifies a Raider. Nobody more deserving. And I don't give a fuck about none of that off the field shit, whatever the case. As long as he ain't out here doing nothing egregious, I don't care, right? I love the move, man. This is how it's supposed to be. But y'all sound off, man. Feel about Maxx Crosby getting extended, right? I think it's a beautiful move. Something that you should definitely do if you're new front office wise. It shows the commitment by everybody involved, right? I think it shows the commitment by everybody involved. But y'all let me know, man, how y'all feel, bro. How do y'all feel about it, man? Silver Smoke, your boy Sanders will fall to us at 6, it looks like. And if he does, man, my boy DJ know we about to act like degenerates. It's over. I'm about to act like a degenerate. Don't let him be as he can be. About to be over with. Everybody gonna have to answer. Many of people are gonna have to answer for their words. I'll tell you that. My guy Jay in the building, man. What's going on, Jay? Shout out to my guy, man. Y'all, he has the show at 7 o'clock, man, Pacific time. Raiders Connection with all the dogs, man. Leo, Jeff, LV, man. Everybody got it, man. So make sure y'all pull up over there after this, man. Show is right after, man. My guy, man. Let's see what he got. Silver Smoke says he had 2 years left. They extended him 3. So yes, we got him next 5 years. Now he will go down as one of the greats in Raider history. Exactly. Right. So extended him to 3, gave him the guaranteed money too. That was the big thing, right? The guaranteed money. And if we're looking at it right here, bro, it's $106 million deal, right? $106.5 million deal, and 91.5 of it is guaranteed. Sweet ass deal, bro. That's a sweet ass deal, and that's something that other players look at too. Other players are going to look at that from outside of here, or even players that we have to re-sign. Right? They're going to look and say, well, they're taking care of their own. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. We're starting off on the right foot. I love what they're doing starting off, bro. Josh says Brian Dable said on his notebook about Sanders that he's acting like a child, doesn't pay attention to. Hey, look, I hope everybody 1 through 5 does not like Shedeur. I hope so. I really do. Let me see. My boy Jeff in the building, man. What's going on, Jeff? Salute. Josh says he will be 33 when he's done after 5 years. Oh, yeah, it's over. Raider for his career, in my opinion. Now, if he goes somewhere else and 1 year, whatever, but I feel like if we start winning, he's going to retire in this motherfucker. So I like it. I love it. Losos, it's a great signing. It shows the locker room if you stay loyal, play ball to the wall, and trust the process, you will be rewarded with a massive contract. 100%. 100%. And like John Spytek said in the presser, they didn't need to do it, right? Like it wasn't a need, but it shows the commitment, like you said, right? It shows the other players this is what is going to be rewarded to you if you continue on the path that Maxx is doing, right? So 100%, bro. This is what you got to do. I'm still higher on Dart than Sanders, and that's your prerogative, Silver's prerogative. But in my opinion, off my evaluation, off my film watching, off what I've seen, nah. Got that Sanders jersey on. Hey, DJ know how it go. We already got the Colorado. Now, after that, we definitely getting the silver and black. It has to happen. But let me see. My guy Isaiah says, glad we got this done now. Man, bro, great point. Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett contracts are going to be astronomical. Jesus Christ. I don't know how Dallas will do it. I just don't know. And do I think that Micah deserves to be paid up there? Yeah. Honestly, like they're all going to outdo each other with this money. So all that shit doesn't matter. I don't think Micah's better than Maxx, though. There's a debate that you can have with me about that. Again, I think Maxx is third at worst at his position. Third. Silver Smoke says, but regardless, whoever we draft, I will support him until he loses that respect in the locker room. Exactly. That's where I'm at. Speaking of Micah Parsons, here goes the Cowboy fan, but we appreciate everybody that taps in with the show, man. Appreciate you. What up with you, man? Shout out. So now we on to happy news. That was good. Now we go to more divisive news, right? As we look and see. So this is not the only move the Raiders have done. Also, the Raiders. Well, before we do this one, let's do this because they did this today as well. So let's go into this one. The Raiders have also designated Gardner Minshew to be released next week after, or not after, but when free agency begins, right? When free agency begins, Gardner Minshew will be gone. I'm not sure. No, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about this move. I don't think anybody cares. Like we saw this coming. You have to release him to then go ahead and free up just a little more money. But he only has $3.16 million fully guaranteed on a deal, right? So it's not like he has hella fucking money, that it's coming off the books. Like it's not that much. I do want to say at the same time, right? It didn't go the way we all wanted it to go. We appreciate Gardner Minshew and we thank you for his service, right? Because nowhere did I feel at a certain point during the season, bro. I'll be honest with you, you felt it, the screen, right? Like the motherfucker turn the ball over, you see him hang his head down. You like, damn, Gardner, like you be low key feeling bad for the motherfuckers. You see it, you like you see he's not trying to do this. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You start looking at his face through the face mask and shit on the TV. This motherfucker looks defeated. Every time he turned the ball over, you start to feel like, like how you felt when you was watching them goddamn commercials with the dogs and it's black and white and they got in the arms, like shit like that. That's how I started feeling with Gardner when he started throwing these motherfucking interceptions. The music get to playing from the dog commercials and the shit turned black and white and you like, God damn, this shit is sad. But still at the same time, production is production, right? Production is production, bro. And he didn't live up to the snuff. So at the end of the day, he has to go. He has to get going. And I'm not mad at it. Nobody should be mad at it. We got to fuck around and revamp the roster. And a better veteran is probably needed. Right. So, I mean, we only have Aiden O'Connell. We only have Carter Bradley. You probably get a better veteran. Draft one, of course. But that's it right there, man. I mean, this is a move that all of us pretty much knew was going to go down. I wish him a speedy recovery for sure on his next team. Still think he can be a quality backup somewhere. I just think last year was a fucked year all around for everybody. So, again, you wish him luck on his next journey and his next venture. And we thank him for what he did here, at least for not giving the fuck up. But again, man, it was a tough season to watch. Very tough season to watch, bro. King Street with the $10 holla, man. Well, I appreciate you, big dog, with the $10 super chat. He says, I think peoples are underestimating Shedeur on a cerebral level. Same as well. I don't think they're understanding. I don't think they're understanding that is what's going to take it over the top, right? And we're gonna do a show. There's gonna be a show because I hear what people say. Oh, Rundown, you're doing too much for Shedeur. You're riding too hard for Shedeur. Oh man, whatever. But then y'all motherfuckers can slander, and I'm saying y'all specifically, but people can slander and say negative shit on him all they want, right? But the minute you come with some deflection or you come with some, no, I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad prospect. I actually think he's going to be good. All of a sudden, you're dick riding, right? Like all of a sudden, we got to stop that shit, bro. Just because you feel some certain way or a group of people feel a certain way, all of a sudden, oh, man, you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. When all of a sudden you like a prospect, but y'all motherfuckers can call somebody out their name all they want, right? Y'all can call somebody out their name all they want, call them all type of names and hoes and bitches and or whatever the case, soft or whatever you want to say. But then when somebody else says something else, is different. I don't want to hear that, bro. And we'll have our show. We'll discuss, right? We'll probably bring some people that don't believe in Shedeur as well, and we'll discuss about why I think he'll be what he is. But as right now, bro, we gotta let people think what they think right now because he's a very divisive prospect. We can't sit here and change everybody's mind. It is what it is, right? But if we go here, man, I think nothing about Gardner news surprised me or whatsoever. But going into the divisive news, into the news that kind of made everybody say, well, what the hell? We got free agency started early with the signing of Alex guard from the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Played and signed him to a very, very cheap deal. I believe 2 years, $11.5 million, something like that. That nothing, right? That's cheap. That's Skittles. So that's not bad. Now, last year, bro, I mean, you looked at his rankings and what he ranked. The man ranked last in every category you do not want an offensive ranking. I mean, this is just simple and plain, right? I mean, and if you're talking about he was first in every category you don't want this motherfucker to rank in. First in pressures allowed, first in sacks allowed, first in whatever the case. All across, right? I mean, bad last year. Bad. But you know, as some people have pointed out to me, because at first I wasn't feeling it either, but now I've changed the tune a tad to say, okay, you know, like certain guys, right? Or he has explained, okay, last year they lost, as far as Cincinnati lost the offensive line coach and Brian Callahan. Obviously, you see the decline in dip in the production there. And then also off of that, I was led to believe, and now I am led to understand that he had an injury for the remainder of, or not the remainder, for the majority of the season, right? And yeah, it sucks when you're sitting here, you're like, oh man, I mean, he still put the shit on film. So it's not like we can sit here and be like, oh yeah, we excuse it away because it's on film, him playing as bad as he did. But okay, injury, losing coaches. All right. When he was with Tampa and Spytek was there and Brady was there, he was okay. He was decent, right? Last year wasn't what we're usually accustomed to seeing from Cappa as far as the terrible play. All right. When he's there, he's there. He's decent. I'm not saying he's an all Pro Bowl caliber guard, but he's decent, right? So with this signing, I'm not too mad at it. Actually, I'm not mad at all. I'm not gonna say I'm like overly joyed about the signing, but I am gonna sit here and say, let's not jump the gun on it too soon. Right now, let's put this into perspective. When Josh McDaniels and shit was here and all that, like we started to understand, like, oh, damn, Greg Van Roten that's the plan. Like, we start to understand these things. You look at all these shit. Who the fuck played last year? I forgot who played last year, but like certain of these guys, like, that's the plan. And with this right here, I think it's more of depth and competition, right? Again, there are certain guys on the offensive line I feel like need to wake up in the ass, right? Like you need to kick in the ass. Meredith was re-signed. That was a good re-signing. I love that. So that's competition right there. I feel like he gets the spot. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Parham, right? Bring in competition for Parham. Let's bring in some shit to make some of these other guys that have been on the squad for a minute start to look over their shoulder a tad, because some of these motherfuckers are too comfortable in here. Too comfortable, right? So for me, I say this is competition for Parham. Let's see, right? And at the very minimum, again, this is a guy, I talked about Nick Chubb yesterday, right? Like, this is a low risk, high reward signing, right? I mean, 2 years, 11.5 mil is nothing, right? So low risk in saying you sign this man for dead ass cheap. If he's ass like he was last year, you cut this man, no harm, no foul, right? You cut him and no harm, no foul. But the high reward in saying, if this man gives us the production that he gave Tampa Bay, maybe a slight tick above, you would hope. But let's just say Tampa Bay production, we have a very good starting caliber guard. And not only that, you look at his durability. Cappa has started 50 of 51 possible games since joining the Cincinnati Bengals in 2022. So I love the durability in that, you know, factor right there. So again, we're not going to get too overly joyed, too overly mad. Low risk, high reward in saying if it works out, great signing. If it doesn't work out, no harm, no foul. Give him the pink slip. Let him get the fuck out of here. Right. So I'm not too mad at it, but y'all let me know in the chat, bro. Like, how do y'all feel about the signing of Alex Cappa? Right? Like, how do y'all feel? Cappa is horrible, isn't he? I mean, last year was bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat the shit. It was terrible last year. But again, some of the things that some people have pointed out to me, some of the conversations I've had, I'm not going to say you can completely excuse it away, but there are things where you say it's not. You can't be that mad at somebody saying, like, at his, you know, we're trying to upgrade the floor at least, right? You just upgrade the floor, upgrade the depth. So we'll see. Silver Smoke says, I just have a bad feeling about his character. And again, if that's your personal preference, I understand. There are things I could say to quarrel at, but that's personal preference. But let me see, man. Tony says, Think this negative shit coming out about how Sanders is smoke from teams hoping he might fall to them? Yes, because it happens every year. I mean, now some of it might be people like really, feeling certain ways, but some of it could be, well, I hope this motherfucker does fall, so let's spread. Like when you was in high school, middle school, right, and maybe a girl liked you or whatever, but the mother, every time she around you, she get talking shit about you or she get talking shit about some other people. But in reality, she only doing that so nobody else can really get up on you, right? You already know what time it is. She only doing that so nobody else sniffing your direction. You could have just said you was interested from the jump, but we playing these fucking games. And yet here we are. The NFL teams do the same type of shit. Play these games, right? I mean, it's a nasty, vicious game that's played, but it's to be played. That's what it is, bro. My guy Jeff, he chimes in. He says, total depth with the chance to start. Not a bad move, but fills a void. Exactly, bro. I mean, this is at the very minimum, you're getting a guy that has to come in a pinch, veteran. I feel like he'll be better in this situation. But at the very best, you're getting a starting caliber guard. So not mad at that, bro. Silver Smoke says he was a cheap guy to compete, and if he wins the starting role, hopefully he performs well. If not, back up at worst. Exactly, bro. I don't understand why people are mad at that. I just don't get it. Competition, facts. And I get it. I get it. Parham has to step up or go. That's where I'm at. And I get it. People want to anoint Parham immediately, but for me, like where I'm at, I'm not feeling Parham. Inconsistent for me. We moved him around a ton. I want to see production, bro. I want to see it. Josh says he ranks first in everything 2023. Yeah, bad. He ranked terrible in everything. In that regard. So let me see, man. He was coming off an injury, man. I was led to believe it was pectoral, shoulder. So again, we'll see. But he was injury. I think we'll see how that goes. Josh says Bengals had horrible O-line, but Cappa was first in sacks, first in block in 2023. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. I'm not that bad, bro. I'm not that bad. Run, people will be mad if you get them a sore buck and ask why you didn't give them two. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Raiders can do whatever, bro, and people are gonna have a problem with it. To be honest with you, but let's bring this up, man. We got some wide receiver news that we got a little bit of some rumors that we can get into. So to be honest, man, I see people talk about Tyler Lockett. He was released, right? He or will be released or whatever the case by the Seattle Seahawks, right? So he is gone, but we could agree to terms with Tyler Lockett now, and not have to wait till next year, or not next year, till next week, to agree to something, obviously, because he's free now. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. I see people say they want Tyler Lockett. For me, I would rather DK Metcalf. I'd rather DK Metcalf, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really want to trade for DK, and so be it. We've been on this channel, right? There's two receivers we talked about on this channel at length and at nauseum. Y'all know what it is. It's either Chris Godwin or DK Metcalf. That's what we wanted. And we've been on this channel talking about that shit at nauseum. Why have we talked about that? The length, the size, the speed, the explosion. That's what we need, right? I love Tyler Lockett and what he brings as far as the route running prowess and what he can do underneath. But we need the height and we need the power. We need the explosion, bro. We don't have that. I think a guy like DK Metcalf does work. Now, Chris Godwin is another guy where his big body, now I want to say speed at that point, but I feel like he's very reliable. That's a different little plan that there if we going over there with Chris Godwin. I feel like it's a different plan of attack if you go with Chris Godwin. But if you're going with DK, now Chip has a guy where he can use that big playability down the field with DK, right? And allow Brock Bowers to eat on the intermediate, kill people on the intermediate. There's nothing people can do, bro. And if you're getting DK to take the top off of the defense and you're letting Brock Bowers say we're going to eat all yards 30 and below, it's fucking over. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I like Tyler, and if we can get Tyler on the cheap, I'd fuck around and do it 100%. But I would fuck with DK. I want DK Metcalf. And bro, again, what did we say the trade compensation could be for DK, right? It's nothing crazy because you got to think of the factors that we're talking about. One, he's already requested the trade. We know we want to leave. Number two, there's no guaranteed money left on the deal. So if he was to be traded here, probably a very, very good chance you're going to have to give this man some more money on top of the deal he has right now. In knowing these factors, no way I give you a premium pick. No way I give you premium pick to fuck around and get DK Metcalf. Now, what I will do is give y'all one of these third-round picks that we fuck around and have. Oh, guess what? The third round that we got for Devontae, whose ass is released and free right now, we'll give you that. How about that? Oh, it works beautiful, don't it? Well, motherfucker that didn't want to be here, and we trade that third for a person that does. I love the shit. I love it. And somebody that's going to do his job and not going to bitch and complain that the ball is not coming his way. It's just, I love how the shit works, right? I think that is perfect. So if we can give the Seahawks a third-round pick, one of the thirds, for DK Metcalf, I'm all for that. I'm all in. So, honestly, right? And seeing the things line up, right? We're seeing things align as far as he asked for a trade, right? We saw he asked for the trade, and then we saw, certain things fall into place. Now, I do want to show you this little nugget from Josina Anderson as well, because now we're talking about the trade compensation, right? We're talking about what he can garner on the open market. And shit's already moving. Shit's already moving. And I'm going to tell you why shit's already moving, man. Check this shit out right here, man. Ready. Josina don't fuck around, right? Like, when you're looking at some of these insiders or whatever the case, whoever it is, bro, like, if you're going to look at anybody, right, like, Josina Anderson is a person to really, really pay attention to, because she is going to sit there and she going to tell her how it is, right? Every time I see her reporting, it's never no bull. It's never no bullshit. It's never none of that extra, right? It's always cold hard fact. So with Josina, she already saying, this is what, 30 minutes ago, there's already a team willing to give a third round pick for DK Metcalf. Already a team willing to give a third round pick. I think it's us. We got that third to burn, but it was quick, right? And we need to move quick. There are teams like the Chargers are involved in this whole shit. There's a lot of other teams that are going to be involved in this DK Metcalf sweepstakes, but the connection we have with Pete, the capital we have to spend, it makes a sense to get this man, right? It makes a lot of sense. Now, and if we're going to spend some money on the open market, fuck it, get him to spend this money, right? Get him to spend this money. Shout out to some of our guys, man. Dominique in the building, man. What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to our guy Dre for show. What's the deal, man? Our guy Jeff bringing them some interesting points, man. Can we give Michael Mayer as well? Do they need Michael Mayer? Now we can see what we get. I'm not still keen on trading Michael Mayer still. I would like to keep him, but we'll see. I see all y'all here maybe bump down. If it could bump down the draft pick capital, then yeah, for sure. I might do that, but we'll see. Our guy 805 in the building, man. What's good, man? What's good, brother? Y'all had a great show over there with Severe and our guy Chris, man. Always make sure you guys tap in with them. Make sure you guys tap in with our guy Chris and Severe as well. They do that show over there. Always fire, always bringing the facts as well, man. But Josh says, man, what? Chip Kelly got to give up Mayer. I know he likes 2 tight end sets, but it's DK we're talking about. I don't know, man. I still don't think we have to give up Mayer. I'm still not keen. I don't know. It might bring down the trade capital a tad. I agree, but I'm still not keen on trading them. But for me, I know that the Chargers are interested. I know that the Broncos want somebody, right? I know these are 2 teams for sure that are trying to get in their grasp. For me, bro, I think we have to go ahead and jump on this immediately. It makes too much sense not to do it. I'm going to be honest. It makes way too much sense to fit the connection, the money we have to spend, the capital. I mean, come on, dog. Everything matches. This is a move I like. And even if we get whoever quarterback, right? Now, say if we were to get my guy, we get somebody, right? I love what I'm bringing. I love what I'm bringing him into as far as all of the weaponry he has. Now, let's talk about some of the veteran guys, right? And we'll go a little bit longer. I didn't plan on doing like a whole ass hour live today. You know, sometimes I might just go ahead and do a impromptu live or something. You feel what I'm saying? Just talk about some quick news, something real quick. Don't got to do a whole hour, stretch it out to some news that don't make no sense, right? But for me, right? Also, we're talking about some of the veteran moves and what the Raiders can do next week. You know, we talked about it a little bit with Leo yesterday as far as what I would like to see the Raiders do. You know, Najee Harris and all these things, and I'm not too keen on. I've kind of, to a degree, changed my tune on Aaron Rodgers. To a degree. It depends on the Brady relationship, though. And this is the reason I say I've changed my tune before some of y'all come at me in these fucking comments. This is the reason I say I changed my tune. Because in hearing, when Maxx Crosby signed his deal, Tom Brady was in the room, in the building, very prevalent and very, very present in conversations as well in getting the contract extension done. And even Tashawn Reed has said it, and a lot of people have said it, as a sign going forward into next week that he will be very, very active and present. Not just saying active, he's over the phone and Zoom and shit. Like, he's going to be in the building. Now, in knowing that, Brady is that involved in the building, he's there, he's talking to motherfuckers, he's sitting face to face, and he talks to Aaron like he was talking to Matthew Stafford, and he comes to that conclusion, like, yeah, rock with Aaron for a year or two. I'm good with it, right? And that's the only reason my tune has changed, is because I know Brady's involvement, right? Like, we knew he was involved, but then it's like, okay, how involved? Not nothing about Max. Like, I don't care that Max said it. It's more along the lines of, like, for me personally, it's more along the lines of saying, like, if Brady can meet with him and them two quarterbacks discuss and talk, and they come to a fucking decision, right? Where it's like, okay, we can do this for a year. Again, this is Brady in the building. This is not, like I said, if this wasn't the case, if Brady wasn't going to be involved and talking and in person, I'm probably going to say, like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my first initial fucking around with that. But again, if they come to a meeting of the minds and and Brady comes and he agrees and they say, all right, bro, we can do this for a year. We ain't got no choice. Well, first of all, we ain't got no fucking choice. If that's the case, we ain't got no choice but to sit here and do that. But I do think, you know, if they come, there's only a certain way that Brady can talk to Aaron, right? And if we're all talking about, like, oh man, Aaron don't really respect you, there's only one motherfucker that whatever he says, Aaron gonna have to honestly listen. You're all-time great, bro, but there are levels to the greatness as well. So it's like, you feel me? Now, if he comes with the 1 year crazy ass low number, there's no way you can be mad at that, right? I can't be mad. If he comes to me with some 1 year shit, low ass number, and we get Aaron Rodgers for a low ass number, not too mad. Plus, it's like he's a year more moved off the injury, so he'll probably be better moving around than he was last year, a year off. So we'll see. Now, when Dominique is saying this is now again, all of this is talked about before he signs, right? It would have to be talked about before he signs. As far as, oh yeah, like, are you gonna have to come to workhouse? You know that, right? Like, you gonna have to be all in. There's no fucking way you come here, bro, and you do that whole shit you was doing last year. It's just not gonna work, right? And plus, we're gonna have a rookie. You can say whatever you want. Oh, I don't like a rookie being under me and all that. What the hell do you think this is, dog? You're 42. You're going to have a rookie under you, and he must learn. So I don't know. Is it my first choice? Honestly, dog, I just want a rookie and say fuck it, and we'll see what happens and let the dice roll as it goes. But if we need a veteran to teach and do these things, so be it. Right? So the fuck be it. So the fuck be it. Because if all signs point to Justin Fields going back to the Steelers, well, what the fuck else? I'm not. Of course, we all know what we talking about with Sam Darnold. We know what it is when we talking about Russell Wilson. We don't want these options, right? These are terrible options. So now we roll with, right, who can give us more bang for buck. That's where we go, right? More bang for buck. I mean, that would be it. Now, I mean, what he said, and I see everybody like, oh man, don't listen to fucking Maxx. Which Maxx is 0 for 2. I will say that, but still, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it would be that bad. It depends on what's talked about prior to the contract being signed, right? Like that's just all it is. So speaking of everything else, man, we got free agency coming off next week, so that's gonna be a wild time. So make sure y'all have y'all notifications on. It's gonna be a crazy week next week. I'm gonna be going live whenever there's a signing. News might break. We're gonna be, at the very least, we're going to be talking about it. So make sure you guys keep the notifications on so we give our 2 cents about the moves that the Raiders do make, or the trades that the Raiders do make. Let's see if they make a move like that, man. But without further ado, man, we're going to get ready to get on out of here pretty soon. Like I said, man, we're not going to stretch it out to an hour if there's really not that much news to talk about, especially with next week coming. We definitely got certain things that we want to go ahead and touch on and discuss. So no need to stretch it out, right? If it's not going to be too much news in the circulation. But let me go ahead and tap in with some of my people, man. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick, man. Tony says, do we think Rodgers getting cut might humble him any? Last shot at going out on the positive. Jets still paying him also. I mean, I'm not going to bank on that. I'm just going to sit here and say to the fact, like, Brady's got to sit here and lay down law. Like, all right, dog, like, you're not coming in here, and I don't give a fuck what you say. But see, you're not making no demands. We're not getting who the fuck you want. We're not doing all this extra. We're going to do our plan. If you don't fit into the plan, so be it. We will see you later. He's got to fit into the plan, right? Shout out my guy, Rafa, in the building, man. Shout out Rafa in the building. Make sure you guys tap in with him. Tap in with his content as well, man. Let me see. If we get Rodgers, I know Brady will coach Sanders. Oh, rip. He don't even want him near him. I ain't gonna lie. He wouldn't even want him near him. Oh, real. Say he would train and coach Sanders off season. Bro, Q, that would be beautiful. And people really get mad at that. Like, that would be beautiful. He has his own personal trainer that doesn't go anywhere, that owns the squad. Like, come on, dog. It's beautiful. I don't really know why Fields would go back to the Steelers, how they did him last year. Me either. I don't see it. But if they're kind of guaranteeing that he's like the guy going into the season, and so be it, right? Like, you understand why he goes back, had a chance to start and do all these things, but I don't understand it either. If I was him, I'd look for somewhere else. But let's see. Our guy Nate, man, LV Raider 10 in the building, shout out. He said, bro, might hang it up to see him go the Brett Favre route or go to the Vikings just because, even though I know that's not really in the cards right now. Yeah, go the Brett Favre, man. Full Brett Favre. All Viking shit. But, I mean, to be honest, bro, I don't think he wants to go out like that. I think he needs a year. I think he wants one more year to go out better. I don't know if it's the Super Bowl, right? We're not talking about no Super Bowl, but he wants to go out better than what the fuck he just went out. I'll say that, bro. I'll say that. Just another DJ says Brady got the order to convince guys to buy in. I can see the Raiders pulling off some big signings. Same. And not only Brady, let's not discount the Pete Carroll factor, right? Pete Carroll is a hell of a recruiter his damn self. I think Pete Carroll is going to play getting some folks here as well, especially with their seeing the way we're moving now. I think it will pay dividends. I do. So before we get out of here, man, any questions that anybody want to? It's Q&A time, man. Any questions y'all want to ask before we get out of here, man? Anything y'all want to bring up before we do get ready to get on out of here and get the show done? We appreciate everybody that's here. We got about 10 whatever minutes, almost 10 minutes left until the Raiders connection with our guy Jeff, LV Raider 10, Leo, Jay, over there, man. I know right now my guy Mike Avelli is over there live right now with Corey as well on the BTB broadcast. So if you can tap in with that as well. But As always, bro, I appreciate y'all for just showing up and showing out every time I do go live. I don't have a set schedule like some of these other content creators and shit like that. But and even some of my guys, but when I go live and I tap on that button, man, y'all always show up for your boy, man. So I can't tell y'all how much I appreciate that, for real, man. It really means a lot, bro. As we continue to grow this channel and make this one of the best Raider YouTubes that you can find, man. 100%. So I appreciate everybody in the building, man. Thank you again. Make sure you guys are tapping on all them buttons. Keep the notification on. And you know what I say, man, every time we here for a Raider Rundown show, man, we keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on a Raider Rundown, man. Y'all keep it safe, and I will see y'all later on in the week. Till then, peace.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young Cash App, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and it's still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?